Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. This is 1 o'clock in the morning. Date is 25th of the 9th, 2012. Yes, there I am, and I would like to give you a few more updates. I think it was about a couple of weeks ago that one of the members who were actually sent by MI5, as I said, I believe he's a member of the Iranian Secret Service. He also cooperates with MI5. They normally use these people to actually scare me and try to find out more about me, that what's going to happen. They're still making a lot of decisions, a lot of arguments, whether they should kill me or not. And as I said, the only reason they are saying we cannot kill you at the moment is because there's certain people involved in your life, which I believe they probably are judges. So there was a gentleman named Ali Razak, which I previously have put on his video. I think is my video 23 that I mentioned, double agent, the Home Office double agent, with the other guy Babak. His name is Ali Razak. He's a member of the Iranian Secret Service. He also works for MI5. Some of these people don't actually work directly, they're actually employed in the books by MI5. The main reason is many of these people are not actually in the book of MI5. They're employed by MI5 but they're not actually in the book. The main reason for that is they be able to claim that it wasn't them and it was other people, and they try to send the blame on other people. I would like to tell you what that guy's done. There was one Sunday which I've been having a lot of conversation with that guy who was trying to make it out, like giving me a lot of threats, a lot of bullshit, in regards to someone's gonna eventually come and stab me, someone's gonna come and kill me, they're gonna make me disabled and put me in that house, and then no one's gonna listen to me. He says, you see, no one's listening to you, you're gonna have a hard job. He's right, nobody is listening to me. All the government organizations are corrupted, all the government organizations are trying to destroy evidence. I mean, what are your chances when the Home Office employ terrorist groups, when the anti-terrorist police employ terrorist groups to kill someone, when the MI5 employs terrorist group to kill someone, when they pay people to torture you and drug you, when they pay people to put you under a massive amount of pressure not to take them to the court, when they pay people to try to set you up and frame you for something, which in my case was rape and that car accident as well, and also the people who have been paying, mainly as I mentioned, the gentleman named Potkin and a few people from a Manato TV station. I believe there is a lady named Faria, which I've spoken to her as well. Terrible people, disgusting people, the sort of people who would do anything. They're even prepared to rape their own mothers for money. They always pretend that they're trying to help me. There's a guy who lives with me, he's one of them, he's always in contact with them. He always comes to me, and anytime I'm down and things not working to me, he's like, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do? I'm from Iranian Secret Service, nothing is going to happen to you. You know, this is a type of bullshit that I actually have to put up with. That guy's actually offered, I think it was around £550,000, 350 or £550,000, which I have to look through my stuff, and I'll be able to tell you where that money comes from, and how do we get in that money, and what organizations are actually prepared to give them that money. They're actually offered that money to that people. They offer, as I mentioned previously, I think it was about £4 or £5 million, and there's a lot of other monies involved in this case, which as soon as they take me away, they would be receiving that money, whether it was in a way that is as a help to some sort of a TV station, or as a gift, or the money just transferred into some sort of a bank account, which I'll be explaining the whole thing to the court. And on the other hand, if the stuff that I was saying I was putting online were not true, Home Office would have taken me to the court by now. I mean, imagine the stuff I've been saying. MI5 would have been taking me to the court by now, and many other things, ladies and gentlemen. As I was saying, I met that guy. It was a couple of Sundays ago in the restaurant. They called me, was trying to meet up with me, giving me a lot of threats, a lot of rubbish. The day after he comes, he gave me a sort of a form. I think it was some sort of form from a job center or department, or some organization like that. The question on that, the first question that I read, at first I was trying to, he came to me mentioning like he cannot fill in the form as his English is not good enough. He asked me kindly to help him and try to fill in the form. I said fair enough. As soon as I was trying to fill in his name and address and details, national insurance and stuff, he stopped me. He says, no, don't worry about that, I'm going to do that, don't worry about that, I'm going to do that, don't worry about that, I'm going to do that. And as soon as I insisted, he made sure I never write anything down. I opened the page, and the first question on that was, why is it something like that? I don't know exactly, but the question was similar to this. Why is it people are always stay away from me, and what do I do to disturb other people? So my theory is they were trying to, with my handwriting, filling some sort of a form like that, so they'll have it in my handwriting, and then they'll put in my name and address down, and then what they'll do, then the court, they'll go to the judge and say, Judge, look, his own handwriting, he admits he's got this problem, he's got that problem. And at the same time, the guy was actually insisting to come and live at my house for free. I'm going to go to Iran for a few months and come and live at my house for free. I mean, these monsters, these horrible animals that work for parts of the Home Office and MI5, they are, I don't know what sort of creatures are these. They're not human beings. They're not, they seriously, genuinely, ladies and gentlemen, not human beings. And unfortunately there are many people which unfortunately the Iranians are prepared to do a lot of things for money, and MI5 have a lot of money and offer these people a lot of money not to go to the courts, whether they have to kill you or do whatever to you, do whatever else with you. The actual the actual chance of survivals that you have if you're guilty is a lot higher than if you're not guilty, because if you're guilty they'll always try to find evidence and then they take you to the court and then get you prosecuted. But if you're not guilty, you know their faces, you know what's been going on, you are you can take them to the court. They're going to end up paying millions of pound compensation, and many of them going to end up potentially in the jail. So there must be something to take you out. There must be something and somehow to take you out. Hopefully I would be making a list of the name of the people who are involved in this operation, of my friends, people of my friends that were involved, such as one of them I'd like to let you know now. The guy name is Ryan Sean, who I grew up with since I was 16, and I believe he's officially, after his cooperation and disgusting cooperation and a psychological way of torture that I went through by Mr. Sean, as well as many others, and the questions he was asking while I was under drugs, and many other things that was happening, would be, I would like to make a list and tell everybody, and the people who have been offered monies and citizenships, such as Ali Malik Farnood, and he has his wife, sister and her daughter, which I previously mentioned, part of a contract that was supposed to arrive in the UK legally and also provided with their refugee status and citizenship as part of a deal he has with MI5 and Home Office in heavily intoxication that he did, and the questions and the false evidence he was trying to make out for the Home Office in order to take me to the court and revoke my citizenship or shoot to kill policy in order that I'm a danger to the public, which they both have been failed, and at the same time obviously they have arranged my execution with the Iranian government, which many of these would be proven as soon as all those allegations come through, which Home Office is under they don't really want to give me those allegations, mainly because I believe many of them have been set up by the members in Home Office involved in those allegations. And there is a possibility, I'm not saying this for 100% sure, the person who claimed to be raped by me was also paid by someone to do that, either from Home Office, MI5, or someone else, which the reason that MI5s and Home Office are actually sending me death threats, they're sending me death threats all the time, that it would be in some sort of an accident, it would be in some sort of a there would perhaps be a fight somewhere, and few people try to pretend they're fighting, and then they're going to get you involved and they're going to stab you. There'll be things like that. They mainly try to show it as an accident. And before, I think one of the reasons I'm still alive is these videos online. This is definitely a reason, otherwise I would be either in jail or sit on a wheelchair or dead, be in a grave by now. There's no other possibility. I hope to be able to see these monsters in the court. I hope to see these monsters in the court. Ladies and gentlemen, there is not a night that I don't suffer. There is not a night that I'm not stressed. There is not a day that I'm so stressed. There is not a second that I'm going through a massive amount of stress. There are threats around me. You never know what's going to happen. Is it going to be today? Is it going to be tomorrow? What is going to happen? There's a lot of people who would do a lot of things for money around me. There are already of millions of pounds on the table for those people, which I be able to prove to the judge how the money is coming from, where is it coming from, and all that. The stress level is absolutely, I mean, you can't imagine the type of a stress level that I'm on there. Unfortunately, the actual court in the United Kingdom is breaking the law. It's against the Section 3 of the Human Right. You have to tell me, if there's an allegation, you have to tell me what court it is. I'm entitled to have a solicitor, not you paying someone. MI5 hire someone, pay someone to be my solicitor, and give them the money and say, okay, you kill the guy and keep the money. I mean, it doesn't exactly work that way. I'm entitled to know what sort of allegations have been made about me. I'm entitled to be able to defend myself. I'm entitled to provide with some bloody evidence before they come and steal and destroy the rest of it, which unfortunately the court doesn't let me. I've written letters for Ministry of Justice, to the police, to the IPCC, to ICO, to MI5, Home Office. They're all actually trying to deny it. It just shows you the level of the corruption and animosity and the racism that they have towards me in person. At this point of time, I still praise God, and I thank God that I'm still alive. And although every second that goes past I'm suffering, every minute I'm suffering, every second I'm suffering, every second just passes as much as a whole year does. Ladies and gentlemen, you have no idea what I'm going through at this moment of time. You have no idea what I'm going through at this moment of time. Even social services, when I write them a letter, they actually send me a letter back to say we have no information about you. It's just a lot of corruption and hiding and other stuff, which unfortunately I don't know why. I will only be able to prove this when I enter the court. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please, if you have any advice, my phone number is 07435 443817, 07435 443817. Thank you very much. There's just one more thing before I go. What they do right now, they send people who have been previously involved in my torturing, like such as the guy who was paid to come and sleep with Camilla Hansen the night I was New Year's Eve, I think it was, when I was beaten up by the police, dragged to the police station, and Camilla Hansen slept with that guy. He comes in front of me. I was at work a couple of places. Oh, your ex-girlfriend, she had a nice legs. She was very tight. And then they take a piss out of me. Him and a few other guys in front of my work, walking up and down, and try to provoke me in order to attack somebody. But this animosity, I will mention all of this to the court, and unfortunately the court not allowing me to have a solicitor, not allowing me to know what court it is and be able to talk to them. This is just how it goes. I cannot let anybody know. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.